Good evening. My name is Nico Galvis, and this is my submission for video debate number 3. Today's debate focuses on constructivism and specifically Catalonia's right to fight for their independence. The focal statement of today to consider is due to the importance of identity and culture, Catalonia does, in fact, have the right to fight for their independence. Catalonia is a region in Spain located in the upper right-hand part of the country. It borders next to France, and the capital of Catalonia is Barcelona. Barcelona is the country's second largest city, only second to their actual capital of Madrid. Catalonia and Barcelona are huge financial assets to the nation of Spain, and that's why Spain has poured in so much time, effort, and resources to make sure that they're a part of them over the past few centuries. But to get into more modern times, the citizens of Catalonia now feel that they no longer identify with the nation of Spain and that they should have the right to separate into their own country. And while I will delve into many reasons that Catalonia wants to be independent, first I would like to go over a quick recap of why Catalonians might resent the Spanish over the past history. In the 20th century, Spanish fascist leader Francisco Franco forced many restrictions onto the nation, such as banning their language, whether it be from spoken freely or banning it from the education system so that children could not learn it, to also torturing their leader for supposedly unpatriotic acts. But Catalonia feels it should separate from Spain as they have many separate identities and their languages, capitals, leaders, and levels of affluence. And while the languages of Spanish and Catalan are fairly similar in their root words and in their structure, this language is only spoken in the 4 regions of Catalonia, and that in itself should be a clear sign of their separate identities. Another sign of separate identities lies in the capitals, respective of Madrid and Barcelona. These are the 2 largest cities of Spain, and while they might have a rivalry in real life, they also have a world-renowned rivalry in the soccer world. Barcelona is one of the soccer capitals in the entire universe, and it has a huge impact on tourism and the economy. They also have the greatest player to ever play the game in FC Barcelona, in Lionel Messi, and they also play in the world-renowned stadium of the Camp Nou. But apart from soccer, Barcelona is a world top destination for study abroad students from all over the globe. Their unique culture, cuisine, and architecture make it a fascinating destination to fully immerse yourself into. But Catalonia's economy is probably the largest factor in their pursuit of independence. Even in their relative small population of 16% of the entire nation's population, they produce almost 20% of the nation's gross domestic product. Because of this, many of the citizens have a high level of affluence and also a high income. Coming with a high income comes a large portion of taxes. So Catalonians dish out the highest amount of taxes in the entire nation while receiving some of the least amount of benefits. And they feel it's unfair as other parts of the nation don't contribute nearly as much but reap all the rewards. So they feel that if they're shelling out most of the taxes and benefiting almost nothing, why should they be a part of a country they barely identify with anyway? And Catalonia's industrial revolution of the 20th century is a large part of Spain's current success, yet Spain continues to reap all the rewards while Catalonia is pulling an unfair share of their weight. But now to get into their modern struggle for independence. In October 2017, Catalonia held a referendum in which they were to vote for their independence from Spain. But the Spanish government deemed this an illegal and unpatriotic act and to commit this referendum, and then they enforced the Spanish law enforcement police to break up this referendum at all costs. The Spanish police injured over 800 Catalonian citizens in in um, in order to stop them from reaching this referendum. In a pre-referendum poll, 90% of Catalonians said that they were in support of separating countries and becoming their own independent state. But due to police interference, only 43% of the vote were actually able to make it out and cast their vote. But the plan was for President Puigdemont to declare their independence after the referendum, but Spain took their matter into their own hands and stopped this referendum from ever fully succeeding. And then they imposed their own rule and may impose their own rule in the government in the future due to this referendum. But even if the referendum went through, Spain was most likely going to consider this unconstitutional and ignore it, as there's not much constitutional backing. But Catalonia, after the 800 citizens were injured, has asked the European Union to interfere for human rights violations. The European Union responded by saying that this was Spain's matter and that they were not going to interfere and use their own resources. All of the reasons previously stated in this debate should show that Catalonia has the right, and not only the right, but should pursue their own independence from Spain. They have been oppressed by the tyranny of the Spanish government for too long and should not be held back by the Spain's financial district anymore. Thank you.